What is up, my friends? Teenage Bounty Hunters. Let's talk about that explosive season finale that's going to leave us on a bigger cliffhanger than we ever expected, right? So, Teenage Bounty Hunters, let's just get right into it. I want to say that this is a show that I stumbled upon as a recommendation, and it was very much so one that I wasn't sure how it was going to go from the first episode. It was very much so a win for me. I thought that it was very witty, the satire was great, and the comedy was pretty awesome as well. And that's what really got me hooked into it. That it was just funny each episode, and the mysteries kept unraveling as well as we went on with it, making you want to see more. And I would very much so be disappointed if Netflix decides to pull a fast one on us and be like, we ain't doing a season two, as they have done with some shows that I like. And I hope that this is not the case and we actually do get a season 2 announced pretty quickly. Whereas my On My Block next season announced, I mean, I'm still waiting on that one. I feel like every other show that came after On My Block has already been announced for a new sequel series, whatever season, and On My Block's the only one that's just there in the air, and I'm just like, okay, so are we or are we not? So the series pretty much revolves around Blair and Sterling, who are twin sisters, and they pretty much come from a pretty wealthy family as well. They go to a private Christian school, everything's going great, and then what happens is they stumble across a bounty hunter by accident when they crash into a Skips car that the bounty hunter was looking for, and the bounty hunter mistakes them for being bounty hunters, and they pretty much take the guy together and get paid, and they're like, wait, if we get paid enough we can fix dad's car that we totally wrecked, and it's going to be good. And it's like the bounty hunter Bowser, he's sort of hesitant to do so, but then he ultimately decides to let them on board, knowing now that they are bounty hunters, since they are able to infiltrate higher end places and can pretty much be more undercover about things. One of the first skips that they actually get together is one of their schoolmates, April's father, who is actually a piece of shit, beating up a prostitute, all of that. They end up getting him, both Blair and Sterling, and I found it odd that they were not like in disguise or anything, and he recognized them, and we'll get more to that in the end. So one of the big dramas that happen early on in the season is Sterling gets outs for having premarital sex, and since they go to a Christian school, it's a pretty big deal, and this is all done by April, who I mentioned her father had been taken in by Sterling. Then we see also Blair meet Miles. They start having a relationship, but ultimately having the balance between bounty hunting ruins their relationship. And also, when she tries to mend that relationship, she finds out that he's sort of embarrassed of her because he is more on a Democratic side and she is on a Republican side. And he doesn't want his parents to know, since his mother is actually a state senator, and that's going to mess with her recampaigning and everything like that. Sterling realizes that she is also attracted to April during this time, and April and her begin to have a relationship now. However, it all ends because April isn't ready to come out and Sterling is, and this pretty much devastates Sterling. And on top of all of that, April's father is now out of jail, and he's asking for Sterling and Blair. And April finds this pretty weird, but he doesn't really go into details as to why he is asking for them. Sterling, however, knows that it's because he knows that they were the ones that took him in. So that's going to be very interesting to see how all of that's going to play out, and what will April think about it all. Since we know she doesn't have really much of a strong relationship with her father from the past, it could be interesting to see if she cares or not. But now she also told Sterling that she is trying to remend that relationship and have some more of a stronger bond than she did before. Then we have the problem that's going throughout the whole season, is that the sisters are trying to unravel the mom's secret, which we also got a hint at in the first episode when we saw her mugshot and a reward for her. So there's something fishy going on. They go to a town where she was from, and they find out some interesting things, such as that she has been involved in numerous crimes that were pretty serious as well. What happens is we find out that this is actually her twin sister doing all of this, and now she has kidnapped Sterling. Blair and Bowser, however, come in time to save her along with the parents, and that's where we get our final big twist to the series on our season finale, is that Sterling is not her mom's daughter. She's actually the daughter of the twin sister, and it is all confirmed by the mom and the dad, and that's how we ended right there. So we have a lot of things that are going to be unraveled in season 2, And I hope that Netflix doesn't play around with us, like I said, and just gives us the date and time we're going to be getting season 2, because I thought this show was very good and definitely one I recommend to check out. Very bingeable, because every episode just ends you wanting more, actually. Well, you end up watching more, but you want to watch more, if that makes any sense. So I thought it was very much good the way they did it, handled it, all the subjects and everything as well. And it doesn't take itself so seriously, but it also is serious at the same time, and that's what I really appreciated about it. So yeah, what's coming for season 2? I think there's a lot of things that are going to be needing answers, and I found it interesting as well how they were able to cover this big secret up as well, because I really thought it was the mom in the end doing all of these things, and they were going to have some sort of big thing where Bowser was going to try and get her, and they were trying to stop him, all of this. And I was very much so thinking that, because when they went to the town and they went to that church, you could have told that church was a loony church right there, and they were pretty much extremist to, I mean, the lady was talking about having a rapture class to know what to do. So I thought that was pretty much going to be like, yeah, the mom did all of this because she was part of this sort of loony church. And the twin sister thing completely threw me off, and then her being Sterling's mom was just icing on the cake, right? So it should be interesting to see how all of this plays out. She is going to jail, of course, but how does Sterling cope with all of this? How does Blair, because she was the one just previously talking about how she was tired of the lies and the parents keeping all of these other things from her, and now they throw in this whole thing like that's not actually like your paternal sister and y'all aren't actually twins. So it should be interesting to see what happens next, right? I will be making a video talking about everything what I think season 2 will be about. I will talk about where I think April and Sterling's relationship's going. April's dad is definitely going to be set up as a big bad of sorts for the next season. He is definitely not going to go down easily after being taken by Sterling and Blair. So it should be interesting how he sort of goes into the situation, because would anybody even believe him if he says that they were the ones that take him in? I think he is more sort of going to keep it to himself and act upon it in some sort of way. And I think that's just going to be a very interesting season as well. I don't think that it's over with the twin sister as well. I think that she definitely wants Sterling as her daughter now and wants to recuperate lost time. So I don't think she's going to go down without a fight. So definitely Netflix, you've set up such a great season 1, and we want all the answers, so we're not going away. We need it now. Will Miles and Blair get back together? What the hell's going to happen? Let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think about the show as well? Did you like it? Did you not? Do we need a season 2, or can Netflix keep it? Let me know as well. As always, you're Henry. Subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? Hit that like, comment, share, all the good stuff on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. I'll see all of you next time. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Anchor, my website as well, nerdrun.com. And as always, that's going to do it for me. Stay safe, stay positive. Hey, and you're still listening, why don't you go ahead and check out one of the videos on the left. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, turn on the bell for notifications. I'll see all of you next time. Stay positive.